Representative Scott Fetgatter is with us this morning, and he is leading that effort. Representative, thank you for being with us. I wish it was under different circumstances, but it's important that this conversation is being had. First of all, are you in touch with either Brittany or Ivy's families at this point as you pursue this legislation?
Yeah, Marni, thank you and good morning. I had actually met in a public meeting both families last Friday, and we had extensive conversations.
And tell me about those discussions.
Well, honestly, Marni, it was a time where I just pretty much listened. There wasn't. I let them know that I was working on legislation and was going to try to pass it through the session this year. However, we are very late in the legislative process, so it may be a challenge to get it done this year. But I'm gonna do everything I can. If not, I will have it ready to go for the next legislative session. And so, primarily last week, I just spent time listening to the families and let them tell me their frustrations and sharing their grief and their anger over things.
And specifically, what are they frustrated with in terms of the system right now that they shared with you?
Well, I think the number one thing that everybody is asking, not just the family, is why was this man released from prison pending new charges for sexual crimes that was the part of the reason why he was in there in the first place. And so that's where I'll direct my legislation.
And have you been able to get an answer to that why yet from anyone you have spoken to?
I have not. Of course, by the time I got, alerted to what was going on, it was when I got the Amber Alert and began to share that on social media. And then, you go through a process of, I kind of went through a process of, trying to figure out what was going on. Then went through a process of, actually being very upset. And then I went to a process of where I became angry. And when I became angry was, about midweek. And that's when I started making phone calls and trying to find a placeholder that I could put legislation in this session. This week, my plan is to start having conversations with OSBI. I have spoken with the local district attorney, and she has, let me, understand kind of the process they're going through. And so I'm this week I will spend my time trying to understand with the Pardon Parole Board, everybody, what went wrong and how do you recommend we fix it? Because I have my own ideas.
Okay, and can you share what those ideas are at this point as you're gathering some of this information?
Sure. So initially, as you mentioned earlier in the story, Jesse was let out having served 85% of his time. So my bill that I have drafted at the moment would attack three areas as it pertains to this particular situation. One would be if you are convicted of these types of crimes, there's about 6 different crimes in there, you would be required to serve 100% of your sentence. There would be no accumulated good behavior credits for these types of crimes, as well as no release while pending charges are out there.
And what about once a sex offender is released from prison? What do you know about the monitoring and the parole of that offense?
So it was brought up to me that maybe we should do some things to make people more aware. And I was told actually that he was not on the state registry. And law enforcement has told me that they did find him on there. But this week, I was alerted to that Friday. So I'll go through the process this week of verifying for sure that he was on the state registry. And secondly, what can we do constitutionally to make better awareness for people on these issues?
What challenges do you foresee in getting a bill like this passed?
I don't see a lot of challenges over time getting this type of legislation passed. My current situation is that that we have about 3 weeks left in the session. All of our deadlines have passed. We are in the budget negotiation portion, but we are also in conference committee where there may be some vehicles out there that I could shuck language out of, which means I strip the language out of it, put my language in it. And I do have a Senate author that is Senator Roger Thompson from Okemah. He has agreed to take it up in the Senate. So we'll be scrambling really hard for the next couple of days, just trying to get that all put together.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.